morning, everyone. It is 7:30. Thank you for tuning in to another video. This is part 4 of our 5-part vlog series. We're on Thursday right now, wrapping up the end of the week. So I'm really excited to get done with this week. It's been a long one. It's been exciting. I actually am going on, we have spring break next week. So I have a little vacation time off. So my mindset right now is just to grind and get done with this week and then enjoy spring break coming next week. In about 20 minutes, I have to go to my CBL. I have my CBL presentation geared up. I was able to finish it yesterday. And so we have to present today on acute kidney injury versus chronic kidney disease and all the things that allow us to differentiate between the two and understand the two conditions. So that's what my morning is looking like. I'll check in with you guys probably in a little bit later at lunchtime once I get back to my apartment, and I'll let you guys know what I have going on for the rest of the day. So done with CBL, done with filling out my learning objectives for CBL. Just to give you guys a little context of what that is, I'm not sure if I have explained it in the past or not, but with every single week, we have 2 forms of learning objectives that we pretty much create and fill out for our CBL sessions that prepare us for the quizzes, the weekly quizzes that we have on Fridays. So on Tuesdays, we have our CBL case. We go through our case, and then at the end, based on the things that we know and we didn't know, based on the lectures and the topics of the week, we come up with usually 10 learning objectives that we each go home and research so that we come back on Thursday and present. And that's what we did today. Presented each of our topics. After our session, there are learning objectives that are released officially to the class, and those learning objectives are what we're going to be expected to know and expected to be prepared for our weekly quiz on Fridays. And our quizzes don't count. They are strictly just to assess kind of how we're doing with material. Right now, I actually have, in 30 minutes, I have another group session. We're working on information sharing skills. So that's pretty much just communicating information to the patient. So going to the patient and helping them understand what their condition is, if you have to change their medications or change their dosage, making sure that they understand what you're saying before you leave the room and move on. I know I've been in situations where I'll talk to the doctor, I'll talk to a healthcare provider, and then they leave, and then I have all these questions or all this uncertainty. So this is kind of helping us to prevent certain things like that, so we can properly communicate and have the patient teach back to us and say exactly what they understand from what we basically told them. So that should be a good experience. Right now I'm just doing some research based on the case that I'm going to be talking about, or I'm going to be kind of role playing with another one of my classmates. And my case, I'm supposed to be like the healthcare provider, and they're supposed to be role playing in a situation of having chest pain, or they were recently had a chest pain and they're scared now, and now it's my job to educate them on what they should be looking out for, how much exercise is too much, et cetera, just so that they feel more comfortable and they feel more safe during their everyday life. Nevertheless, gonna get back into it. 12:30 right now. I have 30 minutes to kind of go through this and kind of get organized for this, and then I'll be checking in with you guys after. My next thing on my docket here is just doing some ANKI, and then I'm going to be calling some patients later today. But yeah, I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Clinical skills small group done. Now time to get back to some ANKI. What's going on, everyone? So it is 7:40 right now, and just got done calling a bunch of my patients for that research study, and also had dinner. So feeling a little bit better throughout the day. I was feeling so out of it earlier after my clinical skills small group session. I was doing a little bit of ANKI, but I was just not in it at all. I think this week has just been catching up with me. I'm super exhausted, super tired, and just drained, honestly, but I'm really looking forward to spring break, our week off next week, and getting to actually take a step back. It's actually really funny because from the beginning of medical school, from our first block all the way up to now, after every exam, we've either had like a small break or like a long-term break. So between the first and the second exam, we had a couple days off for Labor Day. Between the second and the third exam, we had our winter break, we had a wellness week. And then between our third and our fourth exam, we had third and fourth block, we had our winter break. So that was like a whole 2 weeks off. And for the fourth to the fifth, which we're in right now, we had no break. So we went straight through, and that's probably why I'm feeling so exhausted. So that was long-winded, I know, but that's pretty much probably why I'm feeling so tired right now. I still have a planned review tonight with some of my classmates. We've actually been doing this exact same group of people reviewing since like the first week of medical school. We've all get together on a Thursday night and we do a virtual Zoom review. We go through all the learning objectives, read them out loud, talk, chill, have a good time. For the most part, we try to get through them like efficiently as possible, but it usually is a mix of kind of some BSing throughout the entire thing. But overall, right now, that's what we're about to gear up and start doing. I think right now there's just like an extra help lecture going on, and then after that we're going to get after this review. Hopefully it doesn't take too long and I can get to bed at a reasonable time and get up tomorrow and finish off the rest of this week. Yeah, it's been a long one and I'm excited to finish. All right, so that is a wrap for this day in the life of a medical student in the renal block. It is 11 o'clock right now. I just got off of the review call. We probably ended maybe half an hour or maybe a little bit over that, and then just stayed after. We're just chatting it up, talking. Sometimes you forget all the time you spend just as a medical student, memorizing stuff and trying to do well on exams, and you forget about the personal connections you could potentially make with your classmates. So being able to talk and sit down and have conversation and just reflect and joke around, some of those are the little things that you kind of take for granted as a medical student. And it's even worse now, the fact that we are all virtual and we can't really have that interpersonal connection that we should have with our classmates. So one of the downsides, but also got to make the most out of your situation no matter what that situation is. So that's kind of what we're doing. And yeah, anytime you have the opportunity to just have a conversation and reflect and just have a good time and laugh and enjoy people's company, I think you can never take that situation for granted. So that's the end of today. It's been a long day. We started very early this morning and then we're wrapping up right now. I'm dead tired. Friday, tomorrow, part 5. Make sure you go watch parts 1 through 3. This is part 4. Watch 1 through 3 if you haven't already. Part 5 coming next week. If you're watching this in the future, go check out part 5. Appreciate all your support. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you enjoy these videos. It lets me know that you guys enjoy it so I can put out more videos just like this for all of you. Thank you guys again. Good night and let's get it.